What's up everyone? Welcome back for another review. Today we're taking a look at another kit from Inera called the Ruling. So let's go ahead and dive in. So, first thing to note, the box is a bit bigger than the usual MG kit, with the front art being dope as hell and the back showing off the full model and gimmicks. The sides show off the memento frame and the full model as well. Cracking it open, it's completely stacked. You get a total of 34 runners, which are all clean, sharp, and undergated with a nice color separation. You get a base, but this time it comes in black, and I believe this is the first in the lineup to come with a black base. The metal frame comes packaged separately and comes pre-assembled. It's solid as hell, adds a lot of heft, and comes with its own gimmicks like extra shoulder joints and waist extensions. You also get a sticker sheet, water slides, and an image insert of the ruling for your base. Grabbing the manual, you get colored art of the kit and a full inventory of the runners. As you go through, each part is divided along with the list of every runner you need for said part. You get a full assembly and the usual decal guide at the end. Okay, so a brief talk about the build. This kit was honestly pretty enjoyable to build. Since the inner frame is already assembled, it just becomes a smooth armor up process. It didn't feel repetitive at all, and each section was easy to assemble with no tricky parts. As for the articulation, this kit holds surprisingly well for such a bulky design. The joints are locked in with absolutely no signs of sagging even when holding its own weight. But something to keep in mind is due to its metal frame, you won't be able to get the full range of motion like you would a normal plastic kit. But that doesn't mean you can't still hit some sick poses. Okay, so starting out with the legs, you get a double joint at the knees that gives you a solid bend. But here's the cool part. When you flex the leg, you actually see the armor split open and show bits of the metal frame. I noticed this during the build and was surprised. Then you have the ankles, which are flexible enough to keep the kit grounded even in wider stances. You get 4-foot articulation this time around instead of full solid feet. For the torso, you get a nice amount of front and back movement, good enough for those subtle angles. The chest also features an open hatch gimmick, so if you were to grab these two chest pieces and flip them open, you actually see little missile pods stored in there. Moving up to the arms, they have a double joint at the elbows, but you can also twist the forearm, giving you the option for more expressive arm gestures. As for the shoulders, due to their size, they do limit self-movement. However, you can pop out the joint, giving you more wiggle room. It also gives you a bit more reach, but then you can just pop it right back in. Each shoulder also features dual hatch gimmicks that open to reveal missile pods, which again, I think is badass. You get this many gimmicks. So yeah, so you take a quick look, you get like a total of like 18 missiles in here. Lastly, the head offers a decent swivel and a up and down tilt. Just be careful though with the head fins, since they tend to collide with the shoulders if you don't have them popped out. Finally, we get to the backpack, which is a whole unit on its own. You get these enormous mega cannons on each side and these long thruster fins. It's not too heavy on its own, but it does add weight to the back of the model kit. So if you're trying to pose it without a stand, I do recommend finding the center of gravity to balance it out. The gimmicks here includes fins that you can open and close, the ability to extend the length of the cannon. Plus, as I was building this, I noticed how the muzzle part looks like it's pogging, so now I can't unsee it. Like I said in the beginning, I don't think you'll be pulling off some crazy poses, but for the price of a metal frame and extra gimmicks you do get makes up for it. Okay, accessory wise, there's not much. You get 4 pair of interchangeable hands as well as pair of long guns and pistols. No beam sabers or swords this time. The pistols come with these attachments where you can clip them on together with the long guns. So now, what stood out to me and something I failed to mention in the last review were the decals. They were really easy to use, no need for a mark setter or softener, just soak in plain water and place. The manual even states to not use any setting solutions as it may cause warpage, but I talked to some homies who used mark setter anyway and didn't have any issues, so do with that what you will, but I hope Inera keeps it up with their other kits. Now for the size. The ruling clocks in at 22 centimeters or 8.9 inches, compared next to the Trailblazer from my last review, which if you want to see that, I'll have it linked in the corner above. I also have it next to the Shenlong, which is 16.5 centimeters or 6.5 inches. So far, it's one of the tallest and bulkiest MG that carries a real presence. So, what are my final thoughts on the ruling? It's a clean and well-designed kit. The pre-built metal frame makes the build smooth and satisfying. The articulation is a bit lacking, but solid, and the gimmicks somewhat make up for it. The accessories are limited, but gets the job done, and the decals are easy and clean to work with. So if you're looking to get your next third-party kit and don't know what to pick, the ruling is 100% worth copying. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching till the end. That's gonna do it for this review. But let me know your thoughts on the ruling down in the comments below, as well as any suggestions for my next review. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss my next upload. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram linked down below, as well as my community tab, as I will be posting my next major projects there, and I'll be updating y'all on what I'm working on so you guys are not left in the dark so much. Remember, like it if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and I'll see you next time.